to go to Kazakhstan, so we have to buy tickets.
You think that's Kazakhstan? Let me show you real Kazakhstan.
How you like that? How you like that?
Nice, huh? We are in Almaty. For 2 days supposed to be raining, but otherwise supposed to be a beautiful weather. The Almaty is surrounded by the mountains, so when we will walk around the city you'll see the beautiful scenery behind me. And most of all, we will be going past the city to see the canyon, to see the mountains, to see the lakes. They even have a so amazing place here where trees were flooded and now are frozen, so that's gonna be something to look forward to. And Kazakhstan, here we go! Almaty is the city of fountains. There is really a lot of fountains. They even have a special holiday called the opening of the fountains, where all of the fountains are starting to pouring water really beautifully and they're synchronized, and it's really a beautiful day. Unfortunately, it is not in September, so we will not see it. We are now at Arbat, which is kind of like main tourist street in Almaty, and one of the main attractions of it is the selling of paintings. This is very cool. Right at the Arbat it says how many bottles were not thrown away because of us people, that we preserve the nature by recycling the plastic bottles. But to me it's still a very low number, so be good to nature. Next to the Arbat there is a Panfilov street, and it's actually very popular now, but before that it was actually a normal street where cars could be driven, and it was like really busy drive street. But a couple of years ago there was a mayor in Almaty who started to rebuilding Almaty into the image of the European cities. So he closed down the street and actually made it as a walking boulevard. A lot of people hated him for that. They start to complain why and what, blah blah blah, that he just came from Europe and starts doing some crazy things. But after his work was finished, they looked at it and they realized that it's actually awesome. And because of that, now because of him, the Almaty is now very tourist friendly and walking friendly city. Next to the Arbat is the monument to the Golden Warrior, which celebrates the independence of Kazakhstan and identity of its people. The monument was inspired by the 1969 archaeological dig in Kazakhstan, which discovered Scythian warrior buried all in gold. And hilarious thing about it, below the monument there is a handprint of former Kazakh president Nursultan Nazarbayev. By the way, about 80% of streets in Almaty was renamed in his honor. And even here, he put his handprint. Because maybe he believes himself to be a wishing fairy, so you have to touch his handprint and make a wish. And Mr. Nur Sultan Nazarbayev will make this wish come true.
Choose and be in bliss.
Yeah, choose and be in bliss. So choose Mr. Nazarbayev and you will be in bliss. We are now at the central park of Almaty, previously called Gorky Park, but because in Moscow another park was named Gorky, so they decided to rename it. Call it a park is actually an understatement because this is a huge resort. It's kind of like an oasis in the middle of the desert, because here, except the park, you have a zoo next to it, you have a lot of attractions, you have even an aqua park here, or water park for children. Plus there is a lot of flowers, so it's kind of like a very attractive place for botanists or flower enthusiasts. And it's really just huge. I mean, you can see the map, for example, right now. Since there are very huge and wide streets in Almaty, it's really hard to cross them. There's no even a crosswalk for the people. Instead, there are underpasses, but I've been in a lot of cities and it's always like really dark and you don't want to go there during the night and it's really dirty. But in Almaty, look at that. First of all, they have a beautiful wall with all original paintings of Kazakhstan, and plus, do you hear that? Music. Kazakhstan music, and in between that, look at the cleanness. Nothing here, no bottles, no homeless people, not even some cigarette buttons, nothing. I mean, you're here walking here and you feel like in a museum, and that's just underpass. This is a very rare breed. He is actually mentioned in the Red Book, which is kind of like a very rare animal list. For example, in the Red Book you can find also panda. Only in the Kazakhstan mountain you can find this species. This is Bazaar, or as you know it, a market. It's very big. I don't know if I can show you everything in it because it's really huge. You can find anything there: clothes, electronics, fruits, meat, fish, like you name it. We already bought a lot of stuff there. We actually spent all our money there. And we are going there again to spend again some more money. This is the first floor. This is where you have a lot of fruit and grocery stores. Up there you can see there is clothing. Then some further you go, there is electronics. It actually even goes outside. You have small tents or small shops outside too. And you can haggle here, you know, pretending that you have very low money so they can give you some discount. If you just ask for discount, they always tell you, no man, I can't, my boss is not allowed. My boss doesn't allow that, but you know, they're actually the bosses that sells you the stuff, so. It's like a city inside the city. You can really get lost in here. When we came here the first time, we just wanted to buy some little stuff, and we were here for 4 hours. We didn't realize that until we got out. This is a meat section.
On the top you can eat.
Yeah, on the top there you can eat. It's like freshest restaurant, I think. And actually you walk around and everything smells so delicious. You have smells of fruits, you have smells of fish, of meat. And from the restaurant you smell the barbecue. It's amazing, it's delicious. Everyone is calling you to the stand. They tell you that they give you a taste, but you can go, but they will not let you go easily. They start to try this and then that and then this and more and more. And after a while you realize that you have like 3 bags of products from their stand. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, but they will not let you go easily. They tell you, yeah, try this one, and try this one. Oh, and this one good. Oh, no, okay, I will give you a discount. I will give you like 500 grams for just for a try, and then you come again. What about this and that? And, you know, it's how they sell stuff. These people, they are the best salesmen you can find. Some top salesman managers in some company, they're not equal to this.
Do you want to ask for pin?
Here in Almaty, there is a candy factory which develops or produces all famous candies, or Russian candies, which you will see in a minute. But next to or right under the factory, or in the factory, you have stores with candy. So as soon as they produce it, they will put it here in the market. So if you want to buy souvenirs or candy back home, this is the place you should go. I think there should be some kind of map of candy, so you know what's what. I mean, there are like, I don't know, 150 types of candy. I don't know which is what.
Usually here a lot of people, so you will wait to buy candy, say no, maybe you can wait even an hour. So, but today it's Sunday. I think that a lot of people they are relaxing at home and they are not going for shopping.
Yeah, there is actually 2 stores. The first one, it's next to the Bazaar, which you saw a couple minutes ago. And there is a lot of people, it's like the central. And then there, if you go on the back, there is a smaller one and there's fewer people. And about the map, which I told you, there is a map. Look, each candy tells you what's inside, what it's made of, and the price. So it's really cool actually that they did this. Unfortunately, it is not in English, it's in Kazakh or Russian. And no, it doesn't tell you what's inside, it just tells you the name. So I think you should choose according to the wrap. Kok Tobe, meaning blue hill, is mountain right next to the Almaty. To this mountain you can take a ropeway straight from the Almaty city center and be there in 10 minutes and see the beautiful city from above. Now Almaty is beautiful city, but to see everything in the city center you need just like 2 full days. And since we are here for 10, we will be seeing everything beautiful around the city, because there are mountains, there are canyons, there is a lot of beautiful things that were created by nature. Unfortunately, we don't know about the weather, because if here is in city you have a little bit of cold weather, then there in the mountains you have snow, and we are not packed for snow, so stay tuned for that.